children, how are you doing? I hope you all are doing fine. So our today's topic is latitude and longitudes. Are you people ready? Let's start the chapter, the topic with some statements are given to you where we have given some blanks and options are also given. So you have to check the options and choose the right option. Okay, between two you have to choose the right option. Choose the correct option to complete the following statements. And now we talk about our topic, latitude and longitude. Our earth is shaped like a sphere. You have read this in last chapter, right? It has neither a top nor a bottom. It also does not have sides and corners. It is difficult to locate a place on the earth's surface without any point or reference. Hence, to locate places on the earth, certain points and lines have been defined on its surface. Let's learn about these references, points and lines in detail. So, first we will read about latitudes. These are imaginary lines and that surround the earth horizontally. Okay, in horizontal manner these lines are surrounded the earth. These lines are parallel and equidistant from one another. Thus, these are sometimes referred to as parallels. These are widest at the center of the earth and narrowest at the poles. The line which divides the earth exactly at the center is the longest. This line is known as the equator. It divides the earth into two equal halves or hemispheres. The hemisphere above the equator is known as the northern hemisphere, while the one below it is known as the southern hemisphere, making latitudes. The equator is marked 0 degree, the north pole is 90 degree north and the south pole is 90 degree south. From the equator to both the poles, there are 90 latitudes in each hemisphere. The degrees of a latitude is followed by N for the northern hemisphere and S for the southern hemisphere. The latitude of a place tells you how far north or south a place is from the equator. For example, a place with a latitude of 40 degree north is located in the northern hemisphere, midway between the equator and the north pole. A place with a latitude of 70 degree is further north. Now, we are going to read about features of latitude. I hope you people are marking, underlining the important points, important lines with pencil. So, features of latitudes. Except for the north and south poles, which are points, all latitudes are full circles. Latitudes run parallel to each other in the east-west direction. As we move away from the equator and towards the poles, the length of the latitude decreases. Latitudes are located at an equal distance from each other. They do not join or intersect each other. Important latitudes. Besides the equator 0 degree, north pole 90 degree and south pole 90 degree, there are 4 other important latitudes. These are shown in the table to your right. You can see this right side, latitudes and degrees are given. Now longitudes. Longitudes are imaginary lines that encircle the earth vertically. They run from the north pole to the south pole. Unlike latitudes, they are all of the same size. They intersect at the poles and widen as they approach the equator. These are also known as meridians. The longitude passing through the historic Royal Observatory at Greenwich in London is marked 0 degree. It is known as the Greenwich meridian or the prime meridian. There are 360 degrees of longitude, 180 degrees of longitude towards the east of the prime meridian and 180 degrees of longitude towards the west of the prime meridian. Any longitude which is to the east of the prime meridian will always be ahead, of the time of the prime meridian, and longitude to the west will be behind the time of the prime meridian. The 180 degree east and 180 degree west longitudes meet and form a single line which is called the 180 degree longitude or the international date line. The longitude of a place tells you how much east or west of the Greenwich meridian the place is located. Knowledge booster. The Indian government has accepted the meridian of 82.5 degree east for the standard time, which is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich mean time. The 82.5 degree passes through Mirzapur, Uttar Pradesh. Features of longitudes. Lines of longitude are semicircles that travel from one pole to the other. They run in the north-south direction. They are farthest apart at the equator and meet at the poles. Latitudes and longitudes intersect at right angles. Important longitudes. Prime meridian. At a position of 0 degree longitudes passes through countries like UK, France, Spain, Algeria, Mali, Burkina Faso, Togo and Ghana. International date line. At a position of 180 degree east or west longitude passes through countries like the mid-Pacific Ocean. Now we talk about grid. The latitudes and the longitudes intersect each other at right angles and form a network. This network is called a grid. The grid helps us with locating places. For example, if we want to locate Jaipur, we must know its latitude and longitude. The place where these two cross each other is Jaipur. Try to answer, match the column 1 and column 2. And you have now latitude and longitude of a point. The point P lies on the parallel of latitude at 50 degree north, 50 degree from the equator and on the meridian at 60 degree west, 60 degree from the prime meridian. Therefore, its coordinates are latitude 50 degree north and longitude 60 degree west. So now let's quickly wrap up. In wrap up, it's the summary of the chapter. Whatever you have read till now, you can recall this through these lines or through this summary. Let's wrap up quickly. Our earth is shaped like a sphere. It has neither a top nor a bottom. It also does not have sides and corners. Latitudes are imaginary lines that surround the earth horizontally. These lines are parallel and equidistant from one another. Longitudes are imaginary lines that encircle the earth vertically. They run from the North Pole to South Pole. The longitude passing through the historic Royal Observatory at Greenwich in London is marked 0 degree. The latitudes and longitudes intersect each other at right angles and form a network. Checkpoint. Through exercises you have to practice now. So in first part, A part, you have to tick the correct answer. Options are given. Choose the correct option. In B part, fill in the blanks and you have to just check the suitable words from the chapter itself. C part, write short answers. In 3 or 4 lines you have to answer these questions. And in D part, you have to write the answer in detail. Hosts, how does latitude affect climate? Assertion reason question. In each of the following questions, a statement of assertion is given and a corresponding statement of reason is given just below it. Mark the correct option. You have value-based questions, life skills questions also. Why are the places near the equator than the places far from the equator? Find out. Map work is also given. On an outline map of the world, show what you have to show in this map: equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, and prime meridian. Project and activity work is given, like prepare a detailed PowerPoint presentation on latitude and longitude and show it to your class. And while doing this, have fun, enjoy.